Hello, action figure fans. We are back with 10 more random action figures pulled off of my shelves. Some Marvel Legends and some Marvel Selects. Got some really awesome figures to look at today. 5 good guys and 5 bad guys, as always. And there they are. Okay, let's get back over here to the Marvel Select. Here's a Marvel Select Blade figure, and it's really, really good. It's really well done. Talk about weapons galore. This figure has spikes and guns and stabbing weapons. And it's just a really good Blade figure on top of all that. Blade's a cool figure, a cool character. Really, the Blade movies back in the late 90s started off the Marvel movie craze, really. People forget that. But there's a good Blade figure. Okay, moving on to Luke Cage, Power Man. Kind of a cool name. And I like this old costume. The colors are really good. I like the bright yellow. That's probably what I like best about it. Of course, he and Danny Rand, his partner Iron Fist, made up Heroes Incorporated. And Power Man has his unbreakable skin. But really, could Wolverine's claws cut through it? I want to know. I don't know if I've ever answered that in comic books. But there is Power Man. He looks good. He's a good figure to have. I like that one. Okay, so here's a retro carded Black Panther. A little bit different than most Black Panthers you're going to see. But I like this one a lot. I like the color on this particular. It's not really black. It's kind of a shiny bluish color, and I really like that. I like all those retro carded figures that they have made, and this is a really good Black Panther figure. One of my favorites, actually. So there he is, Black Panther. Okay, another retro carded. This is the gray Incredible Hulk. This is not the Hulk from the 2-pack with Banner. This came out in a retro card, and it's just an amazing Hulk figure. One of the best they have made in a long time. So really, this is more like a first appearance. Maybe you know, maybe you don't, but when the Hulk first appeared in Hulk issue number 1 back in 1962, in issue number 1, he was gray. And then in issue number 2 and on from that, he was green. And that's because the printer could not consistently keep the gray the correct shade. So he asked Stan Lee to switch it, and Stan Lee switched it to green. So there's an awesome Hulk figure. Another awesome, big, bulky figure, the one that just came out this last year, and I'm very happy with this figure. It's Drax the Destroyer. He came in a 2-pack with his daughter, Moondragon, which I just had her in my last video, I believe, or 2 videos ago. And he's huge. He's bulky. This is basically Drax from the Infinity Watch team. And he's a great figure. So glad they made this one right here. And he came with 2 heads, and I usually prefer that screaming head on there. Came with some interchangeable hands. And there he is. That is a really good Drax the Destroyer figure. I like him. Okay, moving on to the bad guys. Here we have Mobius, the living vampire. And he's a cool figure. Kind of your standard vampire, even though he's not a true supernatural vampire. He was turned into a vampire by some kind of scientific means. He needs blood to survive. They call him the living vampire, actually, because he's not really an undead creature. But he's a cool character. Always kind of liked him. And that's a nice looking figure. Okay, here we have Webman, a very unusual figure. I was surprised to get this figure actually, but I'm glad that they made it. I'm glad that it's out. And I guess this is a creation of Dr. Doom. He had some kind of mirror that created a doppelganger of Spider-Man, and out came this evil version of Spider-Man called Webman. I think he appeared maybe in one comic book, supposedly. So the only thing that I don't like, you can see the yellow or the blue pins there on the red. So that's obviously looks strange. So I wish that was, not there. But the overall figure of Webman, he looks really cool. Anytime you get some strange variants of the heroes, then I'm all for that. And so here you have Webman. He's another retro packaged figure, I believe. And he looks great. Definitely like Webman. All right, Frank Castle's enemy, Jigsaw. This was a Walgreens exclusive figure. And you can see that messed up face of Jigsaw. Frank Castle tore his face to pieces. And that's why he's called Jigsaw, because it's barely put back together. And so he's just a goon, a mafia type guy. He's got no superpowers that I know of. He just has a mob. He's a mob enforcer. And he's a villain for Frank Castle, which I'm surprised he's not dead. Frank Castle villains usually don't live very long, but he's a pretty cool figure. It looks good on your shelf. Now this is a cool figure. This is from that Disney Plus TV show, that cartoon series, What If? What if Ultron acquired the Infinity Stones? Well, there you can see he has the Infinity Stones embedded now in his robot body. I can't remember if this was a Build-A-Figure. I think it was. I think this was a Build-A-Figure for one of the series. And he's cool. I've always liked Ultron. And that's a cool variant of Ultron. A very scary variant, thinking of Ultron with the Infinity Stones, even though it's strange to me that an artificial intelligence could use them, but I guess that's the vision too, right? So anyway, there he was. Now this one's a cool one of my favorites that came out in quite a while. This is an Amazon exclusive, Ronan the Accuser, and what a great figure. I mean, he looks just like he stepped out of the pages of the comic books. He's old school, and I like him very, very much. I think he's an almost perfect figure. I'm so glad they actually made this. We need more of these villains, okay? Hasbro, we need some more of these Marvel Universe villains. He's sort of a heavy hitter. I mean, he can take on the Fantastic Four, so you got to be pretty powerful to be able to do that. And like I said, I really like the color. The greens, different shades look great, and the face looks great. And of course, his universal weapon there looks amazing. And so overall, this is a fantastic figure. Really, really like him. So there we go. Ronan, the Accuser. Okay, guys, I hope you liked that video. If you did, please check out my other ones. I've got quite a few videos out there now. I'm going to keep making more. And remember, I'm making these for you. Hope you enjoy them. All right, take care.